Good evening, everybody. Chunk Light here. We're in a Chunk Light kitchen tonight, and tonight we are doing summer sausage. Beef? No. Chicken? No. We're gonna do venison. This is actually a deer that I killed myself down at my sister Megan's, my brother-in-law Michael. Thank you guys, appreciate it. It was an amazing experience. So we've got about 12 pounds of deer meat here. And about a week and a half ago, I cooked a Wagyu brisket. So I've got 3 pounds of trimming and fat from that we're gonna throw into this tonight, give it a little bit of soot, give it some really good flavor. I mean, if you're gonna put fat into deer meat, what better than Wagyu? So anyway, we're gonna get going here. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching the channel. Please hit that like, please hit the subscribe. Please help me continue to further this because it's my passion. I'm having a good time and I hope you guys are enjoying it. So anyway, to get started, I've got a blend of seasonings here, and I like to go ahead before I grind this and put the seasonings in to the meat. I've got it all chunked up, to say, no pun. And I'm just gonna work this into this meat and get it in there so when we grind it, it'll really add those flavors in there to it and mix that stuff in really well. And there's a few little things in there. There's some mustard powder, some salt, pepper, you know, a few other little things. I'm also going to add a little bit of granulated garlic. You've got to have some garlic in your sausage, and the granulated is the best. The powdered's okay, but man, you get a little bit of that juice and some of that extra goodness out of the granulated stuff. So I'm gonna mix this all up real good. And boy, this meat is cold. It was somewhat frozen when I chunked it up. And then thanks to Nature's Own refrigerator, I've had it outside sitting, so it's still really cold. Just wanna incorporate this real well, and then we're gonna go ahead and start grinding this stuff up. And it should be absolutely amazing. Now there's a couple of other additives that we're going to put in there. I've got some pink curing salt, and I also have some encapsulated citric acid. And basically that's citric acid that's encapsulated in corn seed oil, and it'll break down during the cooking process, and that kind of gives it that tang, because summer sausage just has to have that tang or it's just not summer sausage. So I think I've got this mixed up pretty well. So let's go ahead and get this ready. And we'll start jamming on this meat here. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and load this thing up with a little bit of meat. Starting it off, I like to start it dry, prime it right off the bat. Let's put some chunks of meat up here. There you go. It's going to take a little bit to grind this, but it should be good. And we're doing a coarse grind on this first. We're actually going to grind it twice. So we'll go ahead and get started on this and grind it out in a coarse grind. And I kind of like to just do like little chunks at a time, just let the machine do the work, you know. I'm not in any hurry. It's my weekend, I'm not at work, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so just taking my time and let this roll through here. This is a really good meat grinder. This is a STX 3000 model. I actually bought it off of Amazon. It was about 160 bucks. Came with a lot of really good stuff, and 3 blades and sausage stuffing attachments and all that. It was a good buy. I really like it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to grind this up, and then we'll change out the blades and we'll start on a second grind. I'll be right back with you. This grinder powered through that meat. I mean, it didn't take 4 minutes to do up 16 pounds of meat. I just weighed it, got 16 pounds, so that'll perfectly be a split, so I can do 6 summer sausage and 6 jalapeno cheddar. So we should get some nice sausage yield out of this deer. Thought I'd take a minute to sample some of my wares. This is some of my Chunk Light extra sharp cheddar cheese that I smoked today. Really good. Love me some smoked cheese. It's gonna go really good with the sausage when I get it done. So as you can see, that's a really beautiful mix right there. But we're gonna chop it up a little finer because the fat is not quite as where I want it, and we really want to mix in all that stuff. So let's put a little bit up in here and poke her down in there and get this baby going again. It's been a long day in the kitchen, but man, what a great December day to be sitting around and doing this kind of stuff, right? So as you can see, this is really coming out a lot finer than what that other did, and it's going to be a really good texture and blend for that sausage when we get ready to stuff it, and it should stuff pretty well. So I'll continue to run this through the machine and get this all chopped up, and then I'll show you where we're going to go from there. I just finished up running this through the second grind. It went pretty smooth. Kind of had to push it a little bit with the rammer at a couple of times, but for the most part the machine kept up. It did really good, and it just, as you can see, it just really creamy and really fine ground, and it's a nice texture, and I think it's going to be amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, get this thing cleaned up a little bit, set it up to stuff the sausage, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you how we mix our other ingredients in here and get this prepped for stuffing. So give me just a minute. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I went outside and have had this resting in God's refrigerator. It's a nice thing about December is you got plenty of natural refrigeration out there. So I've been letting it sit out there. You want to keep this stuff cold. It'll stuff better, and we've got to do some additional mixing to it now. Right now I am going to put in my pink curing salt. We're going to work that in a little bit and get this stuff in there. And you know, they make fancy mixers that you can get for this stuff to do this. They make some hand ones too, but I just like the old-fashioned way. Just get in there and start twisting it up, squeezing your hands, working that meat. He said work that meat. Man, I wish I could smell this. Just so amazing. Now, one of the things we want to do too is, and kind of why I'm squeezing this is I'm turning my hands down like this. We want to get a good protein extraction from this so that this really binds really well and that our sausage is not crumbly, and we want it to be nice and smooth and creamy. We don't want that fat to separate from the meat. We want it rendering out while we're cooking this sausage. So continue to work this really good. Really get that curing salt in there real well. Now this stuff is gonna have to be refrigerated. I mean, this isn't gonna be like a jerky where it's got a really low pH and it's shelf stable. You'll still have to keep this stuff refrigerated, but it's all good. So I'm going to continue to work this a little bit like this, and then I don't want to go ahead and add that citric acid just yet, because it's encapsulated and I don't want it to rupture. I just want to get it into the meat. But we're really starting to get this stuff. I mean, if you see, it's really starting to get kind of sticky. That's what you want. You want a creamy, milky consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and put my citric acid in here. The citric acid, it's going to kind of expedite the curing process for one, but this is also going to give you that summer sausage tang, you know, and that's what I want in a summer sausage. I want it to have a little bite, I want it to have a little tang to it, and this is the stuff that's going to do that for us. So let me get that worked in there a little bit now. That all throughout the meat. Oh man. Something about this time of year and doing this kind of stuff. You know, 'cause I'm planning on giving a lot of this stuff to people for presents and whatnot for Christmas. And man, what a better gift than something that had a lot of love and a lot of thought put into it and a lot of time. Somebody really enjoy it. And one of the greatest things is getting to enjoy the deer harvest this year. You know, it's the first year I've killed a deer since like 2008. So it's been a long time, and it was quite the great experience, and I'm really happy with it. Okay, I think we're getting pretty close to having this stuff about where we want it. It's really starting to get stringy, get tacky. I think we can go ahead now, if I don't have an aneurysm. So one of the other things that I had to do to get this stuff ready, so my sausage cases have ties on one end, and on the other side I just cut little links of butcher twine, and I'll just tie those up. That way I can tighten it down as tight as I want and make it work really good. So we're going to try this out, see how this sausage stuffing deal works on this machine here. And it's got a separate setting for the sausage stuffing, so we'll try it. Like I said, the cases have been soaking, and they come already tied off on one end. Oh, almost forgot the most important ingredient, you know, water. To about 15 pounds of meat, we need to add about 16 ounces of water, about 1 ounce of water per pound of meat. Oh man, I almost blew it there. I'm gonna go ahead and add this water and work it into this really good. Just a 16-ounce bottle of Ozarka to this meat. Get that worked in, and then I'll be back shortly. And we'll go ahead and get this sausage stuff. I got this pretty well incorporated now, and it is really nice and sticky and pasty. See how you getting those strands of that protein pulling like that? It's mixed up just about right. So go ahead now, we can get our sausage case out and start getting this stuff going. Okay, so let me just throw a big old hunk of this up here, start feeding it down into the machine. I'm going to go ahead and kind of prime this thing a little bit. I don't want to that way So I primed it like that so when we get going, we're getting right into stuffing sausage and reduces the ability to be putting air in there. All right, so our casing's good and pliable now. So we're just gonna go ahead and shove it on the end of here, right down the center. Just pack it on there, get it right to the end, and then go ahead and get this baby on and start stuffing it. You want to kind of hold it tight. Once you make sure you got all the air out, just keep your finger there and it'll pull through. You don't want to get it too tight, but we don't want any air pockets in it either. Now these are 2.2 by 16 inch, so these will hold about 1.25 pounds, somewhere in there, of sausage, which is just about what I like. I don't like them big old ones, because I like one that I can just put right on a cracker with some cheese. I can just feel it starting to slide real easy now. Get that rammer going a little bit, see if that'll help give us a little extra pressure. There we go. Okay, so I'm to the end now. I'm going to shut this off. That's it, right there. And then we're going to twist these. We want them to be fairly tight, and then you can feel it. You want it to be a little bouncy. We got it right where we want it, which is about like that. Still a little mushy inside. Just take this thing, wrap it around a couple, 3 times. That way it doesn't go anywhere. And then just lay it down in there. So it's good. Now, since these are the regular summer sausage, I'm going to go ahead and trim these off right here. And then that way I know after I cook these that this is just a regular stick of summer sausage. And that's how easy it is. So I'll go ahead and finish the rest of these up, and then I'll come back and I'll show you exactly what the yield was out of the 16-pound batch. So stay tuned. Well, voila, the fruits of my labor. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 regular summer sausage. 7 jalapeno cheddar. That's probably about $200 damn worth of sausage at the store, and you can't even buy venison. So it was it was a learning experience from the fact that you know, venison isn't quite like pork or anything else. It's a little bit different, and you really got to keep that stuff cold. I've noticed towards the end there, it was kind of getting a little bit mushy, but we got it all stuffed. And I was gonna talk to you tomorrow and cook these babies, but man, I have got so much stuff that I got to cook tomorrow. So let's see, we have, I got turkey jerky, I got beef jerky, I've got 6 slabs of ribs, I've got 2 whole turkey breasts, 3 turkey wings, and a whole turkey. So I got a lot to cook tomorrow, and it's going to be a busy day. And I'm going to just go ahead and fire up the old Traeger right now. Get it going about 165. Plus I got at least 2 hours worth of a mess to clean up in this kitchen, so it'll be all right. I'll get to bed a little bit late tonight, but at least these babies will be cooked, and then I'll be able to enjoy them. I got some company coming over tomorrow. My good friend Frank Montez and his wife Barb are going to come over and hang out with us tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to that. Frank is a great guy, and his wife Barb is just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to be able to share some of this with them, and we're going to go ahead and get the old Traeger fired up, and I'll show you how I cook these things. So stay tuned. Well, it's about 1:15 in the morning. I started these sausage off at about 165. I've been in there for a couple of hours. I just bumped it up to 185. And I wanted to show you too, I had a little something into the cooker. Figure I got all the extra real estate, I might as well get a jump on my day for tomorrow. So let's check it out. So we got the sausage in there. See that steam rolling off of them? They are doing good. And then I got 2 shelves worth of teriyaki turkey jerky. Look at that, oh my God. That is going to be absolutely fabulous, yo. Let me get this thing shut back up. We got a ways to go with that yet, but I'll keep you posted. Probably about 2 more hours on the sausage, and then about another 3.5 on the turkey jerky. I like it to be a little chewy, not like gnarly. You know, I like to be able to chew through it, but should be really good. So we'll keep you posted on this, and come back to it here after a while. We're looking to get the sausage up to internal temp of about 155, and then we're going to dump it in an ice bath and chill it down. And we'll show you the process. Just keep hanging on with me. I appreciate you. So these bad boys are done. I'm going to go ahead and pull the probe out. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and take these and shove them down in a nice ice bath. Get them cooling off. Want to bring these down to about 80 degrees. That's going to set the casings, and it's also going to help with shrinkage. We don't want them to shrivel on us, so we're going to leave them set in there for a little bit of a while. Our jerky's looking really, really good. It's just about done. We're going to go ahead and pull this turkey jerky here in just a little bit too. It's about ready. Oh yeah. So we'll go ahead and get all this finished up. We'll call it a night. I'm going to let these sit and come down to about 80 degrees, get them to about half temperature, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw them in the cooler for the rest of the night, and then we will check them out and cut them up tomorrow and see how they taste. Have a good night. See you in the morning. It was an incredibly long night. I was actually up until 4:30 this morning. Cooking up the sausage and doing up the turkey jerky, and got all in a hurry. I've been to the grocery store doing a bunch of things, getting ready for the old Chiefs, and we're gonna whoop some Miami butt today, by the way, and looking forward to that. And I wanted to go ahead and show you the finished product. I My beard's getting long. I think I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna do one of those knee shooters. Old Ichabod Sean. But anyway, I'm gonna show you this. I started packaging up all my meat, and I was vacuum sealing all the sausage because I wanted to get it in the freezer and get it ready to ship out. I mean, take a look at that. You can just see that Wagyu fat in it, and it's just nice and red and looks really, really good. And I'm gonna slice this up real quick and take a bite of it and let you know how it is. Here's the ultimate though, the taste test. Look at that. Took a nice bite out of it. Man, I can taste the hickory in that. And also I can taste that citric acid. So this has that classic summer sausage tang to it. Really good, really moist and creamy. Came out amazing. So don't be afraid. You guys get out there, buy some equipment. It's not that much money. Get out there and harvest you some Missouri deer and cook it up. And I want to thank everybody for being with me on this journey. It's been a long day yesterday and got another long day today. A bunch more stuff to cook. But that's what we do and that's what we love. So anyway, I want to thank you all for joining and watching me today. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Helps my channel, helps promote me. And I hope you enjoyed this. So thanks for joining us. And just remember, cook right with Chunk Light. And I'll see you next time.